Oh, hi, you guys, and welcome to the Curse of Strahd, Death House Part 2, where oh yes, I, have a working keyboard again, minus the left shift key. But hey, do you know what? At this point, I'm happy to sacrifice the left shift key. We have a working stream, so hey, that's awesome. Yes, today is a day. Today, check out my social links, which I post with the right shift rather than the left shift. Discord, in Twitter, and YouTube. Get on all of them. YouTube to catch up, Twitter to get involved, and Discord to be part of the community. Do all of those things. It's good for you. It's good for your soul. Also, we are full time, so you can support us on Patreon. You can support us from as little as $1, and if you are a Patreon, click on that second link, and you can enable like a subscription type alert that comes up once a month to show when your thing's updated, so we can keep track of your Patreon rewards. Yeah. And even if you can't offer your patronage on Patreon, go and check it out anyway, because our articles on there are free. So go and give them a read. They're all TTR. Donkeys are aliens. They're all completely TTRPG based and really cool. Next up, we also have merchandise. Yeah, go and check it out. It's super comfy, super nice. I'd be wearing it right now, but I need it for MCM Comic Con next week. So I hope to see some of you there. It's spreading. I saw my first advert yesterday where like I was on an advert to me. I was like, no way.
I'm testing the whole perfect for a 3-hour one-shot thing.
Oh yeah. Say, you can't go far wrong, you know. Anyway, what else have we got? We've also got sponsors, which I do with the right shift. Go and check out Bird in the Storm Publishing. They're on Twitter. They've got Teespring merch and they've got mugs. I think most of the stuff goes to charity. I'm fairly sure. I do need to actually check with Tool School that it is all for charity, but I think it is. They'll be bringing content to us on in the January season. So
and you can get a mug the size of your head.
You can get at least the size of
well,
Headmaster Alice's head.
I have a pea head, but yeah, too big. I look like more of a hobbit with it.
We also have a sponsor in Mayhem Press. They created our 5e reskin of D&D in Space, which we run on Thursdays at 1 PM EST, and Alice DMs, and it's a good time. You should come along. It's great. What else have we got? We don't have a competition at the minute because we have a winner. Our winner was Arcanis81 on Twitch, or just Arcanis on Twitter. Congratulations to him. He has been shouted out, and he will be getting his dice to him very soon, as I put them in the post after this game when all the shops open, which is a strange thing. What else have we got? We have got a tweet. If you guys have not already retweeted, please head over and retweet. Every 10 retweets, we get a Wild Magic Surge. And what better in a Death House on the build-up to Halloween than Wild Magic Surges? With that, let's go around and say hello to the players. Why don't we start with Bob this week?
Yeah, I'm Bob. I am playing a changeling who seems to... Oh, see, I clicked off to do the thing. I don't even remember what happened last week. I got parasitic. I've forgotten where I am.
You're Bob.
I am a changeling, I'm a rogue, and I trust nothing.
And we'll go round to Rachel.
Hi, my name is Obaby190, or Rachel, and I'm going to be playing Sophie, the older sibling of the two halflings that are roaming around Barovia. Bob, I hope you're ready to take care of an extra child today, because without her sister there...
You're all my children right now. Like, you're all climbing on me as of last week.
Just me in your ear. Bob, can I have a snack?
He's just
really annoyed. Fine, here's my last ration, you know. But I still hold true this week. If I hear a child singing, Sophie's gonna punch him in the throat. So that's all I've got today. Really.
That's just gonna happen.
Yep.
And last but most certainly not least, Kelly. Oh, hi.
Hi. I'm Kelly, aka Lane on Twitter. I play Talia, who's a half-elf noblewoman, devout of the goddess of fate and destiny and all that stuff. Last week, I believe Talia had a little bit of a meltdown in the spoopy house where she just kind of started to laugh at it all. She's been feeling a lot of feelings because she just wanted to go on an adventure and explore Barovia, and now spoopy things are happening. Like creepy people climbing up the stairs, etc. And Bob has been her protector for a very long time, and is continuing to fulfill that role. So that's me.
And Siri, played by Madame Gandalf, will be back next week, so I'm sure nothing bad will happen to her. Let's go back to Bob for the recap. Oh, hi, Alice.
Last week there were creepy children, which Suri and Talia were very, very eager to help, and you know they look like absolutely normal children. They're absolutely fine. Whereas Sophie and Bob backed away and said how much of a bad idea this was, and that all children are creepy and we don't like them, basically. And then we went into the murder shack because of course we did. To which a load of strange, bizarre things happened, and Shuri picked up a top hat, and when she stepped, I think it was into the moonlight, that she suddenly was wearing the face of another person, presumably the person who originally came with this top hat. And then poor Sophie and Bob, as Sophie, I think, was climbing up Bob at this point and sort of in his peripheral was trying to defend them both as they were followed up the stairs. And I don't actually remember where we finished off, I'm afraid.
Well, if you remember, we found a secret door on opposite the standing guardian. Yeah, do you remember? The big black armor guardian.
Oh, yes.
The dude that we stabbed a lot.
You stabbed a lot, and you killed the suit of armor. Yep, he's definitely dead.
Yeah, we murdered that guy.
Well, and then we tried to go outside into the mists, and they started to attack us. So we stopped that. Yeah.
And then you found a secret door which led you up into an attic space. In the attic, there were several doors, but you decided to open the one that was locked. As you opened the door, who was it who opened the locked door? Was it Siri or Sophie?
I thought it was
Suri.
Or was it?
It was Suri.
Yeah? Because they had to use thieves' tools, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Talia went to open the door and she couldn't, and so Suri opened the door, and then they found a child's room, right?
A child's room, yes. With two skeletons lying on the floor. And that's a perfect place to pick up, because as Siri opens the doors and you take in this scene, suddenly the two skeletons jump up, gripping Siri, pull her into the room, and the door locks. Siri is screaming. Welcome to Barovia. Let's go.
And we're back.
Bob starts trying to throw himself against the door, just trying to really heave himself against the door to try and break it down. Hang on, wait. Is Sophie still on him at this point? Actually,
Yeah. Yeah,
you're just gonna have to move around.
Okay.
Just like one of his weird little children he's adopted is in there, so he's slamming himself against the door to try get in.
Yeah, is there like a hinge? Like, obviously, it's a door. Does it have a hinge?
It does have a hinge, yeah.
Okay, so like on Bob's shoulders, Sophie's gonna like pull her dagger out and like lean forward and try to like wiggle her dagger in the hinge, try to break it or something.
Fantastic. Okay, so Bob, you're trying to break things down. You can do this at disadvantage because Sophie is on your shoulders, but Sophie, being at this vantage point, you can have a go at trying to break the hinges. You can use any check that you like for this, be it sleight of hand, strength, whatever you think would work. As long as you can justify it, you can use it.
Did you want me to roll?
Yeah, you can roll athletics at disadvantage.
I'm gonna go with a sleight of hand.
Okay. How does this look?
That was bad. It's an 11 total. even with my proficiency.
Okay. So,
So.
between the two of you, you have the choice, okay? You can either break enough of the door to see through, but gain an injury, or the door remains closed until Sophie stops screaming. Siri stops screaming, sorry.
I was gonna say, because if Sophie starts screaming, Bob might start screaming. Just out of like, what is happening?
Sophie's just like cursing at the door in like halfling at this point. That's.
I think Bob would keep going.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. You can, if you want to break enough of the door to see through it, you will take an injury, but yeah.
Yeah.
Can Sophie help her? Or help him, sorry.
It's okay, Bob doesn't know what he is.
Yeah, I don't see why not. If Talia wants to do anything in this moment as well, as this like, you know, tower of people tries to do things to this door, quite comically, I imagine. Is there anything that Talia would like to do?
I'm trying to imagine if there'd be room for her to do anything with Sophie on Bob's shoulders, if she could actually like get in there and assist.
I mean, hey, some people just call it splash damage, is all I'm saying.
I think as she sees them going for the hinges, she's gonna try and throw her weight into the door to see if she can like snap. You know, if the hinges start to break, if she can snap them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, have a go. And you have an advantage to use, so we're going to carry on using the advantages and disadvantages on the next roll when possible, and the 20s you can store, and the 1s I can store.
So should that be like raw strength or something?
Athletics would work, dropping your shoulder, mashing into it, or strength, whichever's better.
They're the same.
Well, with your advantage, that is a 20. Yeah, as you try and like go through again, out of nowhere, Talia just bowls through the door. She's like taking a run up, I guess, and just smashes through it. In time for you to see the two children laying on the floor again. Suri, the top of her head disappearing through the floor.
Wait, are the kids there? Or did they disappear with Suri?
The skeletons are on the floor.
Wait, children skeletons?
Yep.
Yeah, they were children skeletons. They weren't kids.
I think Bob will run and just try and grab at her head as it disappears through the floorboards.
Yeah, Sophie would have like jumped from her shoulders and just trying to grab the invisible head.
Well, unfortunately, plot demands that you cannot reach her.
As Suri disappears through the floor, Bob will immediately pick up Sophie if she's trying to really scrabble and sort of try and get to
She's
her.
like scratching at the floor.
Yeah, I would
like
actually just
dog.
pick her up like, no, like together, try and get her away from.
Those damn kids! I knew it! I knew we shouldn't have trusted the kids!
I
She's
know.
getting really angry about the children.
Sophie, as you're scrabbling around on the floor, losing your mind, could you
Yeah.
make me a wisdom save, please?
No! Yes, I can, but no! Where's my wisdom saves? It's a 4. This thing is loaded and it's a 4 only dice or something. That's a 4.
The skeletons are grabbing you, Sophie. Their bones are gripping your legs and arms and trying to pin you to the ground.
Bob will immediately walk over and he's sort of like pulling Sophie up. He's trying to he doesn't, when you sort of try and pull a toy off of a child.
Yeah.
You don't really know sort of.
Trying to drag you away from Suri, Sophie.
So, how does that look then? If to me the skeletons are pulling me down, then Bob is pulling me up.
Yeah, they're trying
Do
to. The effect is that you feel as though all of them are trying to pull you away from Sophie.
Oh, okay. I guess if Bob's like trying to pick Sophie up, she's just kicking her legs like wildly at these skeletons, just still screaming and halfling at them. Just getting overly angry, but she seems very distressed. And can't understand a word that she's saying.
Well,
Oh.
this is what you see. How do you guys react?
Bob is going to try stamp on the arms that is trying to pull Sophie. away. Like you can see him sort of shift again and sort of move, and he just becomes this orc that just starts roaring, trying to stamp on them. So they stop trying to grab her.
I think Talia had a lot of success in cutting the arm off of that suit of the gauntlet off the suit of armor earlier, so she might take out her sword and try and chop some skeleton limbs off.
Oh, as soon as you touch them, the limbs go away. They aren't actually gripping Sophie. It's just in her panic. She's got some like fingers on her and stuff. I suppose this is the D&D equivalent of a sanity check. And since we are going there, we've just hit 10 retweets. I rolled a 2. Sophie, could you make me a Wild Magic Surge, please? 1d 546.
Okay. 1d 546?
546.
Bob will literally just try and pick up
There you go.
Sophie.
She like takes one of her daggers like off her belt and tries to pulling it at one of the skulls. Just fuck you.
And he's like, no, like trying to grab your arms to try and not pin you down, but he's sort of thinking you're gonna damage yourself. And he turns you around. He's like, we will find her.
Those creepy kids took her.
I know I don't like kids as much as you do either. Like that, just and sort of like, but she'll be okay. We'll find her. And Bob will just go and rip up a floorboard because he doesn't quite understand.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
She went through the floor. She's probably just in the other room. Right?
We'll go downstairs.
Yeah. I mean, they went to the floor, down through the floors, downstairs. It makes sense logically, right?
Like, I'm talking to you, but I'm holding you above the ground, like just like with my hand
She
around.
doesn't even notice that she's just like gesturing with her dagger, like.
And he's just nodding.
Down there.
Okay, then we will go downstairs. He starts walking downstairs. He's slowly morphing back into like a taxi as you do this, so you're closer to the ground than you will be.
Oh, that's really weird. Do you have to do that? Okay, you're doing it right now. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it would be a problem.
You can feel
No,
the
it's not.
hands
It's
turning to
never been a
claws
plus.
on your body.
Ow!
Sorry, I need to, and it just sort of retracts them a little bit. I get angsty when I do it.
Please don't get angsty on my body.
Oh, and he just puts you down on the side.
Oh my god.
Stay up here!
Okay, I'm deaf now, just so you know. Oh.
How loud was that? Because I can't hear me on that one.
It was pretty loud.
Rip headphone users, hope you're okay.
No, rip in ear headphone users. And Bob just hears the voice and goes, no, and leaves.
Before Talia wants to follow Bob out the door, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I remember that there was like a dollhouse in this room that matched the house that we were in. Is that true? I thought there was something else in this room.
There was, let's see. The exact description. The exact descriptor. There is a small, this room contained a bricked up window. The window was bricked up. There's 2 dusty wood frame beds, sized for children. The closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on the side. A doll's house that's a perfect replica of a dreary edifice in which you stand. These furnishings are draped in cobwebs. Lying in the middle of the floor are 2 small skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothing. Smaller of the 2 cradles a stuffed doll that you also recognize.
Before leaving, Talia wants to look at the dollhouse and see if she can memorize the layout of the house. 'Cause there's a lot of rooms we haven't been in.
Oh yeah. So like you can see all the rooms that you've been in. Not only that, you can see there's a basement in this house.
We couldn't find the freaking basement.
And like there's lots of rooms. There's like some sort of chimney that's not a chimney on one side of the house.
Can she tell what would be directly below the room that they're standing in?
The master bedroom downstairs.
Okay. And can she see like how we tried all the doors? Can she see how we would have gotten to the basement? Because she's got like, if yeah, she just wants to like know, because she's trying to figure out like if Surrey got pulled underneath us, where would underneath us be?
So yeah, beneath you, the master bedroom took up nearly a whole third of the house. So
Okay.
pretty much any side of this house is going to be part of that master bedroom that you're in.
Okay. And she's gonna follow Bob out the door now that she has an idea of the layout of the house.
Sophie, you feel really good.
Like, how good? Like, I punched a child in the throat good, or?
No, it's a different sort of good. You feel
Okay.
like you've just had a big dinner or something. Like, but it's weird. You feel like this is a feeling that you could give to someone else. It's strange. It feels like some sort of magic.
Am I Willy Wonka? Like, is that? Sorry.
Maybe. We have to find out.
I feel like I could give it to someone.
Yeah, you can either keep it to yourself or share it with someone else.
Okay, I guess she's just kind of like, she'll like, you know, follow Bob out and then just kind of like feel her torso and her stomach, and then kind of like just absentmindedly like go to grab Bob's tail again.
Okay.
Not gently.
And are you giving this gift to Bob, or are you keeping it to yourself?
I think absentmindedly she would give it to Bob.
Bob, please gain a permanent 1d4 to your health.
Crap! Protect me!
I'm trying. But you
I
can
have 12
throw
HP. I could have used that. Oh no.
Do you touch the doll's house, Talia, before you leave?
Probably on accident while she's trying to figure out where everything is.
As you touch it, you feel something brush your elbow.
And she's gonna jerk back and look.
It's the girl from outside. She's ethereal. You can almost put your hand through her. Hello.
And Talia's just gonna be like, how are you here?
I'm trapped here.
But we just saw you outside. Why are you trapped here? Do you know what took...
No one can leave Barovia. Not even the dead.
Do you know what took our friend?
Yeah. She points into the basement. The monster in the basement. Our parents locked us in this room to protect us from the monster in the basement.
Do you know what the monster in the basement is?
No. You won't leave us, will you? Like Mummy and Daddy did. They protected us from the monster. We got so hungry.
We're trying to help you. We just don't know how.
You have to get to the basement. There's a secret door in the attic. And she points to where the chimney that you saw in the doll's house was, and she just pokes it, and it swings outwards, revealing a small spiral staircase, a narrow passage that will go down all 4 stories. It's pretty scary in there.
And Talia just kind of like, it's pretty scary in this whole house. promise. We're gonna try and help.
I don't want you to leave. Why don't you stay and play with me?
I can't help if I stay.
But you can keep us company. We can play.
But I have to find my friend. And she's gonna start slowly backing up towards the door to try and get Bob and Sophie's attention.
I was gonna say, how far down the stairs are we?
I just need to quickly look up a rule.
And Bob sort of turns to Sophie like, where is Talia?
Did she not? I don't know. She broke the door. She kind of just went like, just like broke the door, and then I don't know what happened to her after that.
Looks like we got a new
I
friend.
know, but she should be holding on to my tail as well. And she sort of calls back up to it like, Talia? Talia! And then he sort of turns around and starts making his way back up the stairs. Do I see this child?
No. Talia, do you turn your head?
To like look away from the girl.
Towards Bob.
When she hears Bob call out, yes.
As you turn your head back, you can see just close enough as the girl is running into you. And can feel her trying to take over your body.
And Talia's gonna startle.
Make me a wisdom saving throw. DC 18, no nat 20s allowed. In fact, no, make me a wisdom saving throw. I'm using your nat 1. That's a fairer way of doing it.
Okay. Not gonna roll for that then.
So she dives into you and your body goes jerky, and for now you can move, but I will control your voice for a moment.
Okay.
Oh, Talia, where have you been? Keep up. Hold on to the tail.
And she's gonna turn and look straight at Bob, and you'll see her eyes are really wide.
The mouth moves without being really a part of the face and says, "Everything's fine. We have to sort out the monster in the basement. There's a secret door over here."
Talia, you're freaking me out. What's wrong with your face?
I like being in charge. I don't think you should question me.
And Bob looks
Bob,
at
you gonna
Sophie.
take that?
She's kind of my boss, but
Hey, Talia, that's kind of rude. You know, Bob's been pretty helpful.
I'm supposed to look after you.
You left me.
Okay, someone's got to okay, there's sort of like
Oh.
I left you. I never left you.
They
At
all left me. We should go to the secret door. It's just over this way.
Okay, Talia. And Bob walks over and just grabs her. It's like, you are not going anywhere, and starts dragging her away from the...
What's wrong with her?
I don't know. And he sort of bends down. He's got his hands on both of her shoulders, and he's sort of like just moving her face from side to side just to see if he can see.
And Talia is gonna kind of fight back. Because she does want them to go
Mm-hmm.
upstairs. But I'm sure that will come off as confusing.
Yeah, so the face looks really conflicted.
Yeah.
Talia, if we go down the stairs, do I get old Talia back?
What do you mean, old Talia?
I mean, you're freaking me out with this weird voice and face movement, so stop it, whatever is inside you.
I like being in charge, and I get angry when other people tell me what to do.
I don't give a fuck what you think. You have the body I'm supposed to be looking after. With my friend. So if I'm guessing, we do what you want and then you leave?
Are you trying to persuade?
I can't tell if it's persuading or intimidating. It's probably persuading. It's more sort of asking a question.
Would you, if you believe that Talia is possessed, would you try and intimidate or persuade?
I think I'd intimidate, because Bob doesn't.
Let's do a quick retcon then. Change your sentence. How would you say it?
Is that get out of her body now? Or there will be consequences later.
Make me a intimidation check.
An 18.
Talia, you jerk forward as the creature jerks backwards out of your body. It rushes back into the Nefer, going, they're going to leave us again.
Do I see this?
Everyone sees this, and they disappear.
I immediately grab Talia, like wrap it around his like,
No! No, no, no! No! Why did we come here?
I don't like children.
And Talia's gonna kind of like shudder into like, since Bob's holding her, like kind of like fall into him, and then be like, "We have to go upstairs."
You don't have to do anything. Did you not just see what happened?
That thing in the basement is probably what has Suri.
And he sort of groans a little bit. And he looks back at Sophie like, you want to go?
And Talia's gonna extricate herself from Bob and try and like, we have to go.
You look a little peaky.
I was just possessed by a small child. Anyone would be a little off.
This is true. If we go down there, I go first. And you both hold my tail. Gently.
Well, I could just do the whole back thing again.
You can do that if you want. Just hold on tight. I want my hands free.
Sophie would like to get on Bob's back again.
I do feel like a possum right now. Just giving all these little ones.
Got his little dagger ready. Go for the door. Just.
And I will draw my rapier and a dagger in my other hand, and I'll look to Talia and be like, I'm coming.
And Talia's gonna like begrudgingly hold the tail and be like, yeah, I'm coming.
And I start walking down the stairs.
Well, Talia knows where the secret door is, so she's gonna say we have to go up to there's a door in the attic that will take us down to the basement. It's why we couldn't find it earlier.
So you're already in the attic space, but you need to go through a storage room to get to the secret door.
And so she's gonna kind of point the way and kind of gently, with the tail, suggest that Bob go towards this storage.
He's like, well, you hold the light. And he's like, if there's like a lantern or anything anywhere, he'll pass it to Talia.
I think Sophie had one at one point.
Someone had something.
She'll give Talia the lantern then.
Okay.
And I will start to go down the stairs cautiously.
Yeah, as you go downstairs, you can hear, with a passive perception of 10, you can hear Suri at the bottom of the stairs crying out. If you dash, you could probably get to the bottom floor of the house quick enough.
Oh no, Sophie's gonna do something dumb.
Hang on, we don't know that, sir.
How distressed does she sound?
Pretty distressed.
And okay, I think as soon as Sophie would hear her sister crying out, she would like just turn off all common sense and jump off of Bob's back and just run.
He's like, oh,
As you get close to the bottom of the stairs, you can hear the small boy's voice from outside saying, "Come on, you have to defeat the monster from outside." And Suri's like, "No, let go of me."
Hey, you little shit, leave her alone! She's just running down there, pulling her dagger out, trying to find a child.
Bob literally, like, Talia will just feel his shoulders slack, and he's like, oh, damn, halflings, and just back down the stairs after her.
Well, I mean, this is a spiral staircase. If any of you would like to suffer the falling damage, you could jump the banister.
What if we're
super dexterous?
Yeah.
Can I do a superhero landing?
On a successful dex save, I'd let you take half damage. The rule of cool rules all.
I'm not that. I mean, like, I don't have. Can I just like dash down the stairs?
You can dash down the stairs. You also have nat 20s.
Okay. But I'm scared of you. I'm scared if I say I want to use my nat 20 to jump, you're gonna like fuck with me.
I would never do such a thing.
I'm gonna dash down the stairs.
It is 4 stories. I feel like falling damage would be quite a lot.
It's 4d10. 4d10. Straight rules. 4d10.
Like that would, even half of that would kill most of us.
Let's see, the average is 20, half of it would be 10. You'd be alright.
Yeah, Bob would just run.
Okay. So as you all run to the bottom of the stairs, you can just about, once again, see Suri being pulled through the floor in the main foyer. Only you jumped, you might have got there in time.
I'm gonna like baseball slide on the floor to try to grab her.
You're there. You slide. You can get to Suri's. You can get to Madame Gandalf's arm. You can get to Suri's arm, but you pass right through it. You carry on sliding.
That didn't work the way I wanted it to.
I'm sorry.
Yes, she'll try to stop herself from sliding, then trying to like turn around, go back over to the spot where she saw Suri go through the floor, and just like try to stab her dagger into it, and just try to like pull a bob and rip up a floorboard if she can.
I mean, give me a strength check.
Oh, these little halfling arms about to do nothing with my -1. It's a 10 total.
Okay, so do you know what? Pulling up the floorboards is an option. With a knife, it's an option as much as it was for the vampire child you left under the church. So I'm going to give you a meta mechanic here. If you can pull up this floorboard easily, so can the vampire.
Okay. But I didn't though, because I rolled 10, right?
That's what I'm saying. If you want to pull it up, you can. But that means that it'll be just as easy for the vampire.
But we also don't know this.
We don't know this.
This is meta knowledge. This is a player decision. If you want to get through the floorboard badly, you can.
Me and Sophie are 2 different people. She'd pull it up.
Oh, we're going to have a vampire.
And I don't think the cloak is gonna save us round 2.
So,
blanket. It was a blanket.
Blanket, whatever.
Yeah, we stopped a vampire with a blanket.
So you begin to pull it up. It's going to take you around 4 hours, you reckon, after the first 15 minutes. But once the first board's up, the rest should be easier, right?
Wait, are you telling me that Sophie just spent 4 hours trying to
No, I'm saying you spent about
Not yet.
5 minutes, but you can sort of look at how much work there is, and it's going to take you several hours to get through this. Especially when you break that first bit of board and like a chip comes up, so it doesn't come up as a whole board, so you realize you're going to have to chip it all up, and there's another layer beneath.
Yeah, I redid the flooring in my brother's old room. I know how that works. But anyways, I guess, so seeing that happen, it would be like a moment of clarity where she realizes that this is an emotional outburst, and she kind of just, like, almost in defeat, just kind of, like, sits there on the ground, looks at the little splinter that she pulled up, and is like, God damn it.
And Bob looks quite sad at this. Like, he's just looking at her, really trying to scrabble at this board. He's like, it's not okay, but it's not the end.
Those creepy things are gonna kill her.
They don't know how the moon affects her, most likely. So I think Shuri can probably look after herself, even if it's just for a little bit until we find her.
No. She's such an idiot. She's so...
She is. Like, he doesn't understand. He's just...
Yeah. Talia, where's the door?
So where are they now? Are they all the way down?
They are all the way down on the bottom floor. You can see many rooms on the ways up that you guys didn't really investigate. Like there's a piano room, there's servants' quarters, there's all sorts of rooms. You guys pretty much skipped the whole second floor and just went straight up.
Sounds about right.
One track mind. So I think first Talia's gonna kind of kneel in front of Sophie and just be like, well, we're gonna find her. She can't... Yeah, we're gonna find her. Her undying optimism.
And like they said, even if someone dies, they can't leave Barovia, so we'll find her one way or another. This is Bob
that's the
trying
furthest
now.
thing from comfort, Bob. I appreciate. I see where you were going with that, but that's like, I don't ever become like a priest or a doctor because your bedside manner's really bad.
I'm still learning.
Talia's gonna look at Sophie and be like, it was actually pretty good for her. For him. It's
That's terrifying.
it's gotten a lot better over the last couple of years.
He's
What
just
was it
looking
like
about.
before?
It's you don't want to know, but just take my word for it. It's gotten a lot better over the past couple of years.
If you look over at Bob, he's trying to give you like this really big smile. It's probably quite toothy. It could be very creepy, but he's trying.
Sophie just looks up at Bob like,
He at least smiles now.
if that's what that is, all right.
Okay. And Talia's gonna look at the rest of them and be like, so what do we do now? Do we keep going down? Do we...
You know the way, right?
I think so. I mean, I got a pretty good look. That girl in my head knew where to go.
Carry on, light bearer. Don't lead us to our deaths. That'd be great.
Well, we know there's a monster of some kind.
Oh, gods. Oh, we're so dead.
Did you bring the blanket?
No, it's Sophie's blanket. She has it.
You are Sophie.
Sturdy's blanket. She has it.
She's losing it. We got to get out of here.
Talia's gonna stand up and help distraught Sophie up off the floor, I think.
She accept the help.
And if there's another door, Bob will start going down already.
Well, you have to go up to go down. You need to go back to the top floor.
Oh, so we weren't running down the spiral staircase.
Yeah, you ran all the way down the spiral staircase. That's great. But the secret door that Talia knows about is in the attic.
Yeah. So we're gonna
Oh, I
go...
see. Okay,
All
Bob's
the way
like
back
going
up.
to the attic then. He's just like, oh, God. And starts trudging up the stairs.
So as you begin walking up the stairs, a strange blowing in the wind finds your ears. My most pathetic servant. You continue to walk, or do you freeze?
Bob would stop briefly and be like, who, me?
And Talia is holding onto Bob's tail, so she would run straight into the back of Bob because she wouldn't have stopped.
Bob
At this
is
point, there's been so many voices, she's just going.
How does Sophie react to this?
So we all heard it?
Oh yeah.
Sophie's gonna go, him? And like point at Bob.
And Bob's literally like pointing at himself like.
There's no response.
I guess
Okay.
we're going.
As soon as you place your foot on the next step, I am not a messiah sent to you by dark powers of this land. With every step you get more. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son. Cursed by your darkness, of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I prefer you muchly, as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarevich. It signs off like a letter.
I really don't like Barovia.
Wait, that was the guy?
That
That head honcho dude that we're supposed to kill? That everyone...
creepy one.
What does Suri do? The bleh, the bleh. Hello, are you still there? Hello?
Don't talk to
Strahd?
me.
He was never there.
Okay, if anyone
Okay,
other
okay.
than me, or don't talk to anyone other than this. Don't talk to strangers. That's
Even
what
disembodied ones.
even the creepy children outside. Look where that
I'm
got
sick of
us.
these stupid ghosts talking to us, and then we try to ask a question, and then they're just all, ooh, look at me, I'm a ghost, I'm mysterious. I didn't want to come in here in the first place.
No,
And
that's
Talia's like rubbing her temples because there's been so many voices in her head today.
It's okay. We go up to the attic, we go through the door, we go down to the basement, we kill what's in the basement, we find Suri, we take Suri, we leave the house. And then we don't talk to any more children. Ever.
And Talia pats Bob on the shoulder and be like, that's the positive outlook.
Thank you.
And we tally forth.
You may continue upstairs.
Is that music actually playing? If you see what I mean. Can we hear that?
No.
Okay. Well, Bob will just stride up to the attic. He's like on a mission to finish.
And
Everything seems very surreal. You feel lightheaded.
I don't feel well.
Suddenly, the house isn't so dusty. Everything looks splendid. All of the skulls and snakes that you saw earlier, no, they're just pixies and flowers, and all of them children being attacked by bats. No, they're playing with butterflies. There's no problems here.
Is everyone seeing what I'm seeing?
yeah, I think so.
Somehow this is worse.
This interior design's disgusting.
Why do children chase butterflies?
Okay, I know Bob told me not to say anything, but I don't like this more. Can you guys turn it back?
Do you continue?
No? No? Okay.
Bob Bob will keep going upstairs.
And I imagine Talia kind
Don't
of
touch anything.
wants to peek and like look and like the closest landing or open room to see if it looks all positive everywhere.
Oh yeah, this looks lovely up here.
And she's gonna say, and she's just gonna like shake it off, and she's gonna follow Bob because she promised.
It won't take you.
Just
Sorry.
And as she's like looking at Bob, she's like, "Are we sure that we shouldn't go check out what that was?
Well,
I don't really know if I like having spooky things behind us."
well, I can always keep an eye out at back. Or Sophie, get on my back. You need to face the other way, so we got to look out.
How am I supposed to do that?
And he just sort of thinks for a second, and then you see him just pick you up, like how they pick up like a baby. Just like, keep an eye out.
Is Talia like? Where's Talia right now?
I think she's behind Bob, in tail holding
Sophie's just
position.
like a toddler being held. She just looks at Talia like.
There is no logic in Bob's head. This is simple. This is
like she like whispers to Talia, "Should I like say something, or is it gonna piss him off?"
I would just roll with it. I would just go with it.
I've been rolling with a lot of shit today.
I mean, you are gonna be a great lookout to make sure nothing sneaks up behind us this way.
I'm just gonna like pat Bob just on the head.
You can't help but hear that he just sort of involuntary purrs slightly as you do that.
Okay.
And he sort of hinges you up a bit more, so you're sort of more sitting on his shoulder rather than just baby carrying you. This is him trying to work out where you would go.
It doesn't take you very long to get up the stairs. Soon you are up in the attic space.
So where do we go?
You need to find the storage room. On this floor, there are 3 other doors you have not been for. 4 if you include the one that leads to the mist outside. Talia, make me a quick history check. Or you can go back into the child's room and look again.
She's just gonna try to remember. She does not want to run into possessing small child number 1.
On a 7, you're fairly sure it's at the end of the corridor on your left. Like, along from the locked door that is the children's room and opposite.
And she's gonna look at them and she's gonna say, there were so many rooms to try and remember. I feel like it was this way. And she's just gonna drop Bob's tail and head to that door and just be like, I can't quite remember.
Bob will put Sophie down at this point.
Good call.
As you open this grandiose door leading into this storage room, the image falls away and everything falls to dust once more.
That was weird.
So what's before us now?
There is a dusty room full of like covered tables and furniture. You can see in here. There's an iron stove, also draped in dusty white sheets. You can see dress mannequins, chairs, coat racks, standing mirrors, all of the like. Yeah. There's lots of, and you can see the location where the hidden door would be to your right as well. There's something almost trepidatious about the white sheets. There's something there.
How close is the closest like mannequin to Sophie?
How close do you want it to be?
I mean, she just, I don't know, walk a couple of feet and then just kind of like, not like shove it, but just kind of like boop, just boop it.
Yeah, it rocks back and forth.
Is there a sheet on that as well?
Yeah.
On the mannequin?
Yeah.
Okay.
It almost
She
looks
watches
like a
it kinda
spooky
rock,
ghost.
and she's like kind of like rocking with like away from it and then towards it and then away from it and then towards it and then she grabs the sheet and just rips it off the mannequin.
Just a mannequin.
I had to check.
And you said there's some mirrors in this room. I think Talia's gonna like sneak a peek and see if she can still not see herself.
As you remove the sheet from one of these dusty old mirrors, the glass starting to go bad where it hasn't been cleaned for a long time, going to that green staining, you cannot see yourself.
And she's gonna quickly like step to the side and try not to end up back in front of the mirror.
Are you trying to do this so no one else noticed?
Yes.
Would you like to roll a stealth past everyone's passive perception?
Sure.
'15's pretty good. Does anyone notice?
I don't think so.
Got a 12 passive perception.
I don't think mine's very. Was oh yeah, no, my wisdom. No, rather not.
She's surprisingly sneaky.
I am no.
That or everyone's surprisingly taken with this room, one or the other. So, what do you do in this room? Do you linger?
Well, she's gonna go to the area of the wall that she thinks that secret door is in and kind of like knock on it, like you would look like you're listening for something hollow to see if it's correct.
It's hollow.
And can I roll something to see if I can figure out how to get it open, or is
Sure.
it like really obvious?
You will need to find a something. Oh no, actually, it's really interesting. As you touch the door, as you touch this section of wall to see if it's hollow, it fades away, revealing the staircase.
I think I found it.
It's like the house wants you to find it.
I don't like that at all.
I don't want anything this house wants. No.
And Talia's gonna kind of look back over her shoulder at the other two and be like, "This is the only way to find Sophie, I think."
God.
Although at this point, I'm
God.
not sure why everyone keeps listening to me.
You know, when we find her, I think I'm just gonna make her eat dirt or garbage food for like a month, just for getting us into this.
As you say that, Sophie, you notice one of the sheets has what looks like a trunk under it. Quite a large trunk, but your thieves' treasure senses are tingling.
Oh no.
Optional. You don't have to go for this.
How close is it to me?
Very close.
Oh, you had to say it was very close.
Oh crap, she's gonna do it. As she's like saying this, she kind of like notices that out of the corner of her eye. Kind of meanders over to it and like pulls the sheet off of it. Gives it a little look over. Is it locked?
It's not locked. pull the sheet over. You can open the lid if you want to. It lifts a little if you're just checking.
Yeah, she'll see if it's like a heavy, heavy lid, and if it's not, then she'll push it open.
As you push it open, you can see a something wrapped in a tattered bed sheet stained with dry blood. It looks a bit like a corpse.
Oh, okay. She kind of takes a step back. Guys.
What?
Oh, you might want to come look at this.
He moves out. It's like I said, don't touch anything. Oh.
Yeah. How big is the corpse?
Human, small human, not halfling sized.
But like child human size.
No, just a small human. So sort of like maybe a small woman or a small man.
And Bob will take his rapier and try and lift up the sheet.
Alice sized.
Yeah,
Outsized.
Alice sized.
That doesn't strike fear at all.
If you lift the sheet, you can find beneath it a corpse. Not so old as to be degraded like the corpses of the bodies of the children that you found. But you know, there's still blood on it. You could even try and find out how they were killed.
Bob probably would. Bob is like looking to see. He wants to know what he's up against.
Okay, do you want to make me a investigation or medicine check?
Yes, I do medicine. I feel that's 11.
On an 11, you can't quite figure it out. There's a lot of blood, so it probably wasn't anything chemical. But maybe it was. You're not quite sure.
He sort of looks at the body, sort of is like, what do you think? Talia, you're one with, you do healing stuff.
Can Talia try and figure out
Yeah, of course you can.
more? Was that medicine check?
Medicine or investigation?
Medicine check.
On a 13, it looks like they have been attacked, maybe? Or have they just been ripping at themselves? It's difficult to tell. Who knows? Maybe our Wonder Rogue, if the Wonder Rogue is interested, could have a look. No pressure.
I'm just trying to. How much would she know about, like, wounds and stuff? Her intelligence isn't that good. But she could give it a try? I guess? Like, just like, I don't know. What would you want me to roll?
Anything you like, really. Investigation, medicine.
Athletics. No, I'm kidding. Let's do investigation. Because everything else I have is a 0.
Okay.
Sophie's not smart. She's just dexterous and can grin like an idiot. 9 total.
Guess it's going to remain a mystery. Collectively amongst you, you can figure out that this person maybe has been attacked. Sophie, you'd probably recognize knife wounds. You know what knives look like. But whether that was the cause of death or not, you can't really know.
Can we see anything that, like, identifying this person?
She's in a maid's outfit.
So maybe she worked here or came in to clean up. Somebody was cleaning downstairs.
So do you think that she, like, that the monster did that or somebody else did that?
You
I don't know.
I don't like it.
Why is she in a box? What's the point?
Why did you open the box?
The problem is that someone put her in the box.
The barking's fine, Sophie. We don't mind.
It's really bad though.
It's
It's
fine.
werewolves everywhere.
Hey, okay, Talon, look at me. Do I look like someone who would ignore a closed crate?
No, I mean someone puts them in the box in the first place. So
No, I know. I was.
I asked why
get
she
it.
opened it.
You can't resist a box. I get it. I'm just saying.
Gustav Durst stabbed me to death, says a voice from behind you.
Bob spins
And-
around.
Yes.
There's a woman
And-
standing there in a maid's outfit.
Okay.
Not this again.
He looks from the
Is this
box.
another ghost thing going on? Is that you?
And Talia's gonna take a couple steps back because the last time she ran into a ghost in the dark in this place was not positive.
Bob will look from the box to the person from the box to the person, and do that quite a few times. You're the same person.
As she stands there looking all clean, suddenly a stab wound opens up in her chest and begins to bleed, and then another one, then another one. Stabbed me 7 times.
Why?
I was his lover.
Is that what humans normally do to each other?
No, they usually step. No, not that. Different conversation, different day.
Why did he stab you?
Because I was not his wife.
Oh, were you like the other lady, the other woman? Is he married?
Do you disagree with that?
What? I don't.
Are your morals so high?
I'm confused. Like Bob is now like trying to approach this really like this. I'm confused. So
For a moment, she flickers and there's a knife in her hand.
okay.
And then it's gone again.
Oh, okay.
So you are dead.
What's your name?
She goes quiet.
Look, crazy lady, are you dead or are you not dead? What is all these wounds? Like, so were you the lover? Did you want to marry him? Or did he say no? Because if he said no, then technically it's his fault. He shouldn't really have killed you because you weren't his wife. Like, I mean, he could have done something about it.
Yeah, that's a huge dick move on his part. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
I mean,
How
I'm sorry you're in a box.
how long have you been in there?
Long enough. Walter was his name.
The guy that stabbed you?
No. My son. Son that never breathed.
Okay, so you're that person.
Wait, what do
Okay.
you mean that person?
Well, you know, when creepy Strahd person started talking to us, he spoke about the
Yeah.
person who had a stillborn. Like, Bob just rallied off
Oh.
everything he said.
Oh,
So, why are you being all creepy and appearing in front of us?
I
Do
want
you need me to do something? Do you need help?
You must kill her, so that we can be together.
Kill
whoa.
who?
Eliza does.
No.
Wait, is that the mom of those 2 creepy kids that were out in the front yard?
The ones that they loved so much they starved to death.
What?
The little girl told me that her parents locked them in that room to protect them and they starved.
Okay, so I'm no assassin. I don't just kill people for no, willy-nilly. I don't do that. You're going to have to be a bit more explanatory. first of all, where is the mother?
In the
And why
basement.
are there creepy dead children walking around? And is the mother still alive?
None of us can rest.
What while she's alive?
I think so.
Do you know where?
Basement.
Oh God, is she the monster? Is this where this is all going to?
Why is she in the basement? Did she put herself in there?
What monster?
The one that the kids kept talking about. In the
Fairy tale.
basement.
Fairy tale told to children so they don't go places they should.
Oh, do you know what's in the basement?
A tear rolls down her cheek and she begins to fade.
Uh,
Well, and Bob will walk over and close the box. So it's the basement then. I feel that people are trying to direct us there.
there's a monster, but there's no monster, and there's ghosts everywhere, and
Either way, that one was far more talkative and happy to answer questions, as cryptic as their answers were. She had a nice chat.
yeah, nice chat with a dead person's body was right behind us in a box. It's great.
This is round 2 of that for me today.
We gotta get in there.
Either way, we got to find out, because I don't think we're going to leave this house until they let us.
That also seems like a theme of this trip.
So that
Bob will start walking to the stairs and down towards the basement.
Of course. The stairway is narrow, only maybe 5 feet wide for the whole spiral, so you're sort of squeezed into this 2-foot space. You get down in the dark tunnel. The tunnel stretches southward. The tunnel is about 4 feet wide by 7 feet high, with timber braces, 5-foot intervals. Carved out of earth, clay, and rock. You can see ahead rooms leading off.
Bob sort of looks to Talia. What do you want to do?
And she just, I don't know, I think she just looks around and she's like, I keep opening doors and they keep being weird doors. Can she hear anything coming from?
As you get to the bottom of the stairs, you begin to hear a soft chanting.
what is it? Bandit?
Do you guys hear that? Just
Oh yeah.
Again. Is this going to be another dead person that just wants to talk to us?
I wonder if it's, I don't know. And I think she steps off the stairs
Be careful.
into the main space and just kind of looks around and tries to see if she can hear where the sound is coming from.
almost impossible to make out. But as you step into this tunnel, the tunnel goes left and right. To your left, you can see a branch going right, and then at the end, it bends around to the left. To your right, you can see two branches going in opposite directions, and then ahead, a room.
You want to go in the room?
Yeah, let's start there. There's no point in getting lost if what we need is right in front of us.
Okay, well, stay close to each other, both of you.
Okay. I'm not going anywhere.
And Bob will probably go try and open the door.
Okay. Well, there is no door. You can just see into this dimly lit room. Tell me, who has dark vision and who needs a torch? Because you were carrying a torch last time, right, Rachel?
I gave it to Talia.
Talia.
Yeah, we have a lantern,
Mm-hmm.
but Talia also has dark vision.
Awesome. The perfect person to have a torch. As you walk along, you can see to the left and right, this almost looks like crypts as you pass these branching pathways.
Crypts inside the house.
I know that sometimes people want to keep dead family close, but this is a little excessive, don't you think?
I don't like it. It feels weird.
Talia, I can't really see. Can I have that torch back?
And she passes the lantern back to.
Yeah.
You pass the lantern back just in time to reveal the room ahead of you. There's a plain wooden table, flanked by long benches. Moldy humanoid bones lie strewn on the dirt floor. Some of them still have a little meat on the bones.
Ew.
Don't look after their dead bodies very well.
In the middle of a south wall is a darkened alcove.
Guys, this is really gross.
And
This is really
Talia's going to go towards the alcove to see if she can see better, since she's most likely to be able to see something, and because she's like wondering if it's like a shrine or something.
What's your passive perception?
11.
You do not see as a Grick slithers out to attack. I'll find a picture of a Grick for those wondering. However, having beat your passive perception, unless you are looking towards it at the time, of course, in which case we can get you to roll a perception check, see if you can beat that stealth. It sort of looks like a snake with tentacles and a beak.
Ew. Ew. I don't like that. I really don't like that.
So does it like
Oh,
attack me?
It's going to roll out an attack, yeah.
Do we see it?
Sorry?
Do we all see it?
You'll see it as it lunges into Talia. First of all, it tries to grapple you with its tentacles. Does a 22 hit you?
Yeah.
Please take 9 slashing damage. And as it grips you with its tentacles, it then tries to peck at you with its beak. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Then you manage to fend off the beak as it tries to peck at you. And now you can all see the Grick. Everyone roll initiative, please.
Ooh, what the hell? Ew. Ew. I don't even know what my initiative is. Oh, it's a +3. That's cool. Rolled a 19.
Well, we all did really well.
You did it, really.
22 total.
So we look like we've got Bob going first. Bob, what would you like to do?
Bob will probably hear Talia yelp and probably yell her name before just lunging in and trying an attack with a 24.
Oh, that'll hit.
That's 5 piercing damage.
It sort of makes a strange clucking hiss, like.
And he hisses back.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I don't think I have a second movement at the moment, so. Nope.
Okay.
He's literally just sort of all hunched up, like all the fur on his back is all just sort of standing on end as he hisses back, trying to get it off of Talia.
Sophie.
I'm gonna take a risk, and I got my little like crossbow, short bow thing, and if there's like an opportune moment where Bob like maybe tugs it a little bit away from Talia, she's gonna shoot an arrow at it. So,
since they're in thingy, we'll give you a disadvantage. So
Thingy?
roll twice.
okay, that's not bad because it was a 14 and a 19, and I have a +5 for my short bow.
That's good enough. You will hit the creature.
Yeah, it's 1d6 plus 3. That's a 6. That's a 6. Look at that 6. Yeah.
You hit the creature. It recoils.
Back up.
Talia, it'll be your turn next.
Okay. She's gonna swing.
Can you describe this blow in more detail?
So I think at first she's kind of like jumped back because she's been hit, and in that movement she also like pulls out her greatsword at the same time and just kind of, it's almost like a wild swing. At probably the head neck area of the creature, since that's what kind of went at her.
Give us that damage. Sweet damage.
Six.
Solid hits all round. The creature recoils, and lunges towards Bob this time, who is hissing back at her. Does a 22 hit you, Bob?
Just, yeah.
Please take 11 slashing damage. As it tries to sink its beak into you, but I guess hits... Do you have armor on or something like that?
Yes.
Back to the top of the round, Bob.
Bob, having this happen, sort of like, and reaches out and just swipes again with his rapier. Oh, that's an 8.
The creature is not affected. It's like, as it's gripping you with the tentacles, you can't quite get your arm around.
Yeah, and he's just sort of... He was just swiping madly as it sort of struck him before. That is the end of Bob's turn.
Okay. Well, next will be Sophie.
Cool. All right. So she's very happy with how that one arrow hit. So she's gonna try again, and hopefully it's all right. You want me to do disadvantage again in the dark?
No, you'll be fine.
All right.
It was just disadvantage the first time because Talia was like grappled behind you. Now it's turned around and attacks. Bob is actually easier.
Cool. All right. So that was a 14.
That hits.
Yeah. Okay. So 1d6 plus 3. That's not as good. That was a 3.
Okay.
6 damage.
The creature begins to bleed heavily.
Yuck.
Its blood oozes out of its wounds like a sort of viscous pus that pops and boils out. A sort of black colour that oozes onto the floor in driplets. And is that a bone? Talia, it's your turn.
Okay. And she's gonna swing again, but I think since we rolled a 9, maybe she gets kind of tripped up on some of these like bones on the floor and like loses her footing mid-swing.
Okay, well, the creature... Sorry?
And that's it.
Well, the creature sort of recoils once more and lunges to attack. I think most damage is coming from Sophie, so it walks away from Bob.
Leave me alone. No.
Starts slithering away from Bob.
Can I take an opportunity attack?
Yes, you can.
Can I use my crossbow with this? Like, I feel like he would reach for his heavy crossbow and just try and fire if
Yeah.
it starts heading towards Sophie.
If you want.
15?
That will hit.
That's a 10.
Ooh. The creature again cries out in pain, but set on its target, it lunges towards Sophie.
Get away from me,
Does a 19 hit you?
Yes, absolutely.
Please take 12 slashing damage.
I'm unconscious.
As it knocks Sophie unconscious and then pecks at her with her beak, giving her 1 death saving throw. Failure.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
As it begins to try and literally tear her flesh from her arm. Let's go back to the top of the round. Bob, what do you do seeing this?
Bob's seeing this, so he's sort of laid down and he's fired this crossbow, and then he's panicked as he's seen this happen, and he sort of freaks and he grabs the crossbow again, jumps up, and using a nat 20 fires at this creature. I'll just roll it so it's got the thingy there. So that's a 30. Are we doubling it or rolling?
Hit damage again.
So it's a 13 and an 8.
Woo! So this bolt takes the creature, I guess, in the back of the skull or something like that, and it almost flips over Sophie's body, covering her in this black, oozing pus, which seems to contain body parts, maybe, as they ooze out. It clearly eats humans. There's just a whole lot of mess over there. Before anyone does anything, Sophie, can I please have another death saving throw?
Yeah. There's a 3.
Sophie's on 2 deaths. Sophie's not looking great.
Like
Sophie's
Bob,
looking real bad. You're out of combat. What'd you do?
Bob runs over there. He's like slid down to where she is, and he's just like, Talia, we need to do something now. Like, seeing this state.
And Talia collapses and runs up and goes up to Sophie, and she is and she kind of reaches and tries to reach past that black grime for her goddess, and maybe she gets like a sliver of it, and she casts Lay on Hands.
Mm-hmm.
And gives Sophie I've got 2, so it's 10 points total that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's has not done this very much, so she's wildly out of control, so she gives Sophie all 10.
Okay, so as you try and grip through this slime, it's like trying to grip a worm in mud as it slips and slimes. But then when you get this connection to your god, it flows through you so strongly that it would renew the faith of any wronged beggar or anything like that. And you pour all your energy into Sophie, and Sophie, you will be conscious on 9 hit points. However, I would like you to take 2 wounds. Could you describe them to us?
Where did it bite me? Like, where did it get me?
Arm, shoulder. It was trying to tear your flesh away. It was trying to eat you.
Like, how severe, then?
Enough to kill you.
Can she, like, have, like, huge, like, scarring, or, like, maybe, like, almost, like, a little bit of a chunk just, like, taken out of her? She's just got, like, a divot in her arm now. And then, like a missing finger.
Yeah, definitely. Missing finger and a divot in the arm. Like, there's like a huge, like, where your healing has healed it, it's sort of sealed, but it's not fully sealed, you know? So you've got, like, this divot where, like, the muscles just don't look like they're there, and...
Just as long as she doesn't lose her middle fingers, like, any other finger is fine. Just, I want you to pick the finger.
Are the index fingers, are the middle fingers really off the table?
I guess not. You can pick one if you want.
You'll have.
Can you please number your fingers for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Uh-huh.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
7.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You've lost your pointing finger.
Pointing finger on my right hand.
You can no longer just point at Suri and tell her off that.
She's just gonna be like. All right, cool. So how does she feel? Like, is she okay? Like, does she
How does she
Oh.
feel after coming out of that?
Physically, you feel tired. You feel like, the bones in your body are feeling sort of jelly-like. Do you know what? You're covered in pus as well, and you had open wounds, so you might even have some sort of infection or
Oh, gross.
because you're absolutely covered in this black, warm to touch, pus-like blood. It sort of feels a bit like dried blood on your skin.
Like, Bob has pulled off his scarf and he's like trying to wipe it off her.
Yeah, she just kind of like comes back and is like, oh, come on.
It's okay, maybe you grow a new one.
You don't grow fingers.
I don't know how halflings work. I mean, you could do.
We work the same as like. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh god! Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Oh, this is gross. Oh no! Nope. Nope. I can't do this. Nope.
Talia, as your god's power is released from you, leaving that slimy aftertaste, do you try and comfort Sophie at all?
I think at first she's kind of surprised because she hasn't been able to do this really since she got here, and then she's very soothed. She's very calm. She's kind of had this crisis the past day, and so then she goes to comfort Sophie, and she goes to, and then stops because of the slime. Kind of pulls back her hand, and she's like,
Yeah.
she just looks at.
Did you do that thing again?
Yeah. I was able to reach her this time. She helped save you. I'm sorry I couldn't save every piece of you.
You saved my life.
I didn't. She did. I told you we're gonna get through this. It's not just us going through it.
At least it wasn't my good fingers.
And Talia laughs.
It's gross though. Can you like pass me one of those sheets and I'll just wipe it off or something?
I don't know if that one of those would actually make you very much cleaner.
I really don't want it near any of this though, because that seems like a bad idea. Could we like wipe this part off at least? She's like gesturing to like the slightly open wound.
And Talia tries to find something and to shake off the dust probably, and at least get the most of the slime off of
And
her
Bob is
shoulder.
still like a parent, when a parent tries to clean a child's face. That's basically what he's doing with his scarf.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Bob.
you can see him literally just going.
Don't lick it. Don't lick it. Don't.
You offer
don't
the
lick it.
cloth, spit.
There you go, better already.
Well, now in this
What is that
room,
thing?
as you stand over near this alcove, you can see there are actually there's two exits opposite you. One on the opposite wall to the alcove and one opposite the room that you entered. However, for some reason you couldn't see them as you entered.
Were those there before?
I don't
Well, we
know.
must have been distracted. We were so distracted.
We had
Well-
a problem.
Snake bird thing. Why did it have a beak?
Like,
That's
Bob
not
walks
normal.
over there and is just like kicking it aside to just put a cloth over it or something.
I think it probably uses that to crack through bone.
Oh, that's not a nice image.
No, that's horrible. I wish you hadn't said that.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well,
Shuri runs into the chamber.
Oh.
I can't find him, but we'll find him here somewhere. And
Wait, sorry.
She
You okay?
begins running off back down the passageway from whence you came.
Stop using my sister against me. No. Stay!
And she's just gonna run after her.
And Talia
Okay.
will make chase.
As you look down this passageway, she makes the first left.
I will make the first left as well. Just calling her name after her. Just trying to get her to respond.
Siri stands in front of there's two. He stands in front of one of the doors, the door to the left. There's a stone slab above, a stone slab like a door in the passageway. This slab is closed. On the slab is etched the name Thornbolt Durst. She just stares at it.
So she stopped moving.
Not moving.
So can Sophie approach her?
Yeah, of course you can.
Kind of try to like look at her. Sorry?
Yuri's not here right now.
Alright, which of you jerks did. What did you do to my sister?
She's helping me find the monster.
Who are you?
But I've run around all down here and I can't find the monster anywhere. You helped me
Where?
in the street. My name's Fawn.
Bob rounds the corner and sees he's like, okay, Sophie, don't go too close.
This stupid kid is in my sister.
I know. And that's why I don't want you to go too close. Just back up a little bit.
Where is she?
She's here. She's just helping me.
Why do you need her body to help you?
Because, well, she can come down here for a start. I haven't been able to on my own.
Why not?
Was the monster scary? It's not scary when Shuri's here with me.
Well, why don't you leave, Suri? And I will go with you.
Why is my name on this door?
Is it your room?
No. This looks like a crypt.
Oh, I know.
I've never seen this before.
You know, it's probably full of surprises you don't want to see right now.
He looks on the right at the other one and says, Rose, his name's down here too. The other one says, Rosavalda. Durst.
Your sister?
Yeah, from the street. She's
Yeah,
left her mark on you, he says to Talia.
I guess that's what happens when you take over people. And she wants to look at Sophie and try and comfort her and be like, remember, they let me go. They'll let Suri go. I think we just have to help them first.
Bob will go and crouch down next to Suri. Yeah. Boy, don't you think it's a little rude just taking someone's body without asking?
It's okay, we're playing a game.
What game are you playing?
Find the scary monster.
Oh, that doesn't seem too much like a fun game.
No, it's a terrible game.
Then why are you playing?
Can't stop. I've been playing for years.
Doubt Suri wanted to play.
I didn't think you got a choice to. I didn't get a choice.
Who made you play?
The monster. That's why we had to hide in our rooms.
Okay, well, who is the monster? Describe them to me.
Don't know. Mummy and Daddy just used to say there was a monster down here, but I've
Why
run
are you
around a bit.
scared of something you don't know about?
Was that scary?
It can be.
I've run all around down here though, and there's lots of rooms like sleeping areas and pretty places that look like churches and all sorts, but I've not found any monsters down here.
Is there any places you haven't gotten to go yet?
I don't know. I lose track easy.
And I,
Show us.
I think Talia's gonna lean over to Sophie and try and whisper. Just be like, why would their crypts be down here when they're upstairs?
Maybe their parents were planning some really messed up shit.
Let's check in the other room, and he turns around and starts walking to the opposite gangway.
Should we follow him?
It's up to you. We need a body back, so.
Okay. Yeah, Sophie's not gonna just let some creepy kid walk off with his sister's body. Yeah.
This one
But she'll
says,
follow.
this one has Daddy's name on it, and this one's got Mummy's. Gustav and Elizabeth Durst on the 2 stones in here. The stones are sealed again. Maybe we should try and get inside. Maybe they're stuck in there.
You know, I don't think they'd stay in there because if they knew you were out here, they'd come out. Maybe they're just busy at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't think the monster got them, do you?
No. No, I don't.
No, definitely not.
The monster hasn't gotten you yet.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
He, like, Bob looks, he's like, don't start now.
Well, okay, where do you guys want to look? I've looked around all over and I can't find it.
Well, we have been advised, as he sort of looks over at Talia, that the basement may be a good place to start.
Well, this is the basement. We're underground.
Is
We
this
were
where
also
the
told-
door opened?
We were also told to find Walter.
Is this the lowest level?
I think there were some stairs that went down.
Where are they? Show me.
Okay. He begins walking back into the dining room. He turns right, and the passageway snakes, and you can see some stairs. These stairs go down. Look. There's another passageway on the left, and ahead you can see it opens out into a larger room with pillars holding up the ceiling.
Tell you what. Why don't you stay here, and I will go and look down in the lower basement.
Okay, will I stay with you? He says to Sophie, who for some reason he's taken a shining to and tries to hold her hand.
Oh, well, no. She doesn't like that. No, she's gonna. She just pulls her hand away and glares at him, even though he looks like her sister.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you'd hurt your finger.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, but we can still be friends.
No.
It'd be good if we were friends,
Why?
because then you could help me.
Like,
I
Bob
could help
sees,
my sister and not be your friend.
Bob sees like this reaction, sort of looking at Talia, like trying to gesture, like, don't let this go, like.
And Talia,
I'm ready to.
Talia steps in between them, and she whispers, or she looks at Sophie, and she's like, "Remember, that's still kind of Surrey. She's gonna need that."
For other things, I'll hit him.
Mhm.
fine. I'm fine.
I mean, earlier you did manage to intimidate the ghost out of Talia. That you know.
That Bob has started walking down the stairs just as a heads up, so I won't see this.
I hate this place. I hate these guys. This house.
Yeah, and I think Talia will just like ask. She's not like the intimidate type, but she's more of the persuade type. And she's like, "Since we're helping you, can you give us our friend back? Because we want to be able to play the game with her too."
Make me a persuasion roll. We lost?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
you
I think.
no, you just
So-
went really still. That was impressive.
Oh. No. So Talia just said she's not the intimidate type, so she's more the persuade type. So she just says like, so
Do I have a
we would
persuade
like
roll?
to be able to play the game with our friend, but we kind of need her back for that. So could you get out of her?
Make me a persuade roll.
Too many screens.
Oof. I can let her go, but I don't think she's very strong right now.
Why?
She's not awake. I can't
What do you
really
mean
wake
she's
her
not-
up. That's why I jumped in her body, because she stopped moving. He fell over.
What do you mean she fell over?
Well, she screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed, which I thought was great fun. And then, you know, she was playing the game really good, finding the monster. And then she sort of just went a bit limp and went, whoop. So I tried to help her, and then I figured out that I could just get inside her and use her body for her. Isn't that good?
Well, thank you for trying to help.
Don't say thank you to him. He's a dead kid.
He's also possessing your sister, so I feel like being nice is a really good way to go.
She's gonna, before she says something stupid, she's gonna walk back over to Bob just with her arms crossed. Just
Bob
Well-
walk down the stairs.
I
Well,
can let go if you want.
maybe not right now, but will you promise to let go later?
Siri sort of like kicks the ground a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, then we can try to help you. We just, friends are great, and we'd like to have them back.
Are you my friend?
Sure.
Yay! And he offers out his hand for you to hold.
And Talia doesn't like this very much, but she thinks it's the only way to keep Sophie from beating up Suri's body that is clearly already going through something, so she holds the hand gingerly.
Please don't abuse your sister, even though there's a child in it that is really creepy. Good call. Good call.
And she looks at Sophie and she's like, I think it's best if we keep him with us so that we don't lose track of Suri. So let's go follow Bob. And she looks at the Suri child. It's like, okay, we're gonna go try and play the game now.
So, Bob, where do you go? Do you go left or do you go straight down?
Go straight down.
This is a large chamber. There are 5 alcoves in this chamber, none of which have doors. 2 to your left, 2 to your right, and 1 dead ahead. The one dead ahead you can see contains a bedroom, and there is a sort of well in the middle. The well is 4 foot in diameter with a 3-foot stone high lip. There's a wooden bucket that hangs from the rope and pulley mechanism on above the well. Yeah, that is everything that you can see.
He just looks around the room, sort of casts his eyes. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Is that my echo or someone actually saying?
Your echo.
Okay. Then you'll have like a look around the room, like check under the bed.
Okay, which room?
Is this not all in one room?
There's 5 alcoves.
Oh, I see. Okay. The one with the well in, actually. She'll just go. He'll go straight.
The well is in the middle of this room. If you go and look in the well, you can see it drops 30 feet to a water-filled cistern.
He sort of has a look over. And if there's like a pebble or something, he'll just drop it in.
As you drop it in, the waters begin to rise.
Oh, that's interesting. I will not do that again. And he'll walk off into an alcove, and if there's a bed, he'll just check and look under it.
Okay, so the first alcove on the left, or the one dead ahead, I guess, which would be closest to the well. There is a small chest in this room, at the foot of the bed.
And he looks at it. This is another body, I swear. Like, and just opens the chest.
In this spacious chest, there is not very much at all. However, there is a black leather eye patch. There's a black leather eye patch with a carnelian worth a fair amount, you would guess, sewn into it.
And he sort of smiles at this, he picks it up, and he can't help but just try it on. And he leaves it on. He feels a bit, he's sort of thinking of like when he was very, very small and he used to play like pirates. And he can't help but leave it on.
What do the rest of you do?
Well, we're down there with Bob, yeah?
Can
now?
be, if you want, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming we got in there after Bob had like gone into one of the rooms.
I think that's reasonable with the amount of conversation with Fawn, yeah.
Okay. So having not seen Bob mess with the well, I think Sophie's first reaction is to kind of like go up to the well and just like peek over the ledge and look in there.
Was that a tentacled creature with a beak?
No. Is there another pebble?
It looks like it's trying to grip the bucket hanging down.
Oh no. She's gonna like take a pebble and just chuck it at it.
I'll give this to you as a free action. You could just probably pick the right spot and like drop with force.
Okay.
You hit the creature and it squeals, letting go of the bucket.
And I think at this point, Talia hears the squeal, and she's like, "This doesn't look like what we're looking for, and I think we should get out of here."
It was climbing up. Bob?
Does your finger feel cold, Sophie? The one that's
My
not
last
there?
finger?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a phantom pain.
Yeah, it just feels really cold.
She just kind of like touches the nub and just like you would when you have a cold finger, how you just kind of like try to warm it in your hand, but she doesn't really have anything there, so she just kind of like puts her hand in her, she kind of palms it. Just, I want to find Bob.
Bob, you'll hear them calling.
Yeah, Bob will come out, and because he's heard you calling, he'll come straight away. So you'll see him still wearing the eye patch. He hasn't taken it off.
What do you got there, Bob?
No, this?
Yeah.
Don't you think it makes me look more dashing?
Doesn't it make it hard to see?
Yeah.
And he just sort of flips it up and he's like, I can still see. And he just like rests it just above his eye.
And Talia says, there's another one of those things in the well.
Yeah.
There he is. And
The
Bob will walk over and have a look down the well.
Don't, it's gonna.
don't go over there. You don't need.
He goes over there.
Water continues to rise. It's not touching the bucket right now. You can see the mechanism for the bucket. You can try and wind it up.
I don't think Bob's head works that way. I think he's just going to cut the bucket off.
You can do that also.
He's just literally chops the rope so the bucket falls in. Problem solved.
Oh.
Unless it can climb the wall.
Hey, don't give it ideas.
If it climbs the wall, then we just kill it like we did the other one.
Yeah, like it killed me?
It didn't kill you, you're still here.
It almost did.
You're okay, you're tougher than you think.
I know that, but you just...
I have an important question, Sophie.
Yes?
Did you take a hand crossbow, a regular crossbow, or a short bow? And which finger did you use for the trigger?
It's a short bow.
Okay. Yeah, that'll still work. That'll still work.
Yeah, she's just gonna have a really strong middle finger pull.
It's probably her most used finger anyway.
Yes, see? Talia's got it!
I'm not going there.
Anyways.
And I think while this is happening, Talia has kind of positioned the not Suri kind of behind her, because she doubts that this possessed child could fight a thing.
Still grips your hand.
And has looked around to see. It doesn't seem like these alcoves just look like they stop, right?
Yeah, each one. But I mean, you know, Bob found some treasure.
Yeah, so she's gonna check out the closest one.
Okay, there's some on the left that are pretty close.
Yeah,
Left or right?
left.
There is a little
follow.
chest. There's a chest at the foot of the bed.
And she's gonna open it.
Wait. Last time we did that, there was a dead body.
So, well, Bob just found an eye patch.
Well,
Okay.
My sister is missing somewhere in here.
He's
Okay.
right here.
Shut up, Thorn. I'm not talking to you.
Well, maybe we'll find something that'll help us figure this out.
Inside
Well-
this chest is a pouch. Is that made of leather? It looks really pale.
Oh no.
Mm.
Ew, no.
She's gonna very gingerly pick it up
Feels soft, like skin.
and then drop it.
It clinks with the sound of money.
And then she'll pick it back up again.
Sophie's interested.
Soft like skin again.
And very, like, gingerly pull it open.
Inside, there is 11 gold pieces and 60 silvers.
And she's gonna pour it out and put it in her thing and then drop the pouch back in. Like,
As you pour it out, the last thing to fall into your hands is an eyeball.
ah!
Did you drop all the money? Did you-
No.
The eyeball seems to stare at you as it lands in your hand if you don't drop
Is
it.
it squishy? Like, is it squishy or not?
Bob points at his eye patch and goes, oh, it might have been theirs.
No! Oh my god, Talia, drop it!
Yeah, she's gonna drop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I imagine you hear, like, she drops some of the coins and you can hear them clattering on the ground.
Yeah, drop the coins in. As you try not to drop them, you can see the long sinewy bit of red flesh on the back of the eyeball that would connect it into the brain socket comes sliding off. Almost dangles from your hand for a second by that, and you have to shake it off.
She's gonna, like, wipe her hands off and, like, take a toe and, like, kick the eyeball out of the way. And then she's gonna be like, we could really use the money. And she's gonna try and pick through the coins and make sure they're not gooey.
Here, I've touched worse. Just give it here. I'll do it.
You're already covered in slime.
Well, she's got probably about half the money in her hands now, and half of it's dropped to the floor where she freaked out. So it's
Pick
all
up stuff off the ground then.
yeah, it's all out of the pouch now.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she's just gonna let Sophie pick up the rest of it. She's good. She's done. She's gonna pocket what she's got.
Bob is still admiring his eye patch.
This is disgusting. Bet you any money that this eye patch belonged to that eye. It's probably. How do you feel wearing that, knowing that it could have come from here?
And Bob sort of has a think, and he's like, well, that eye probably didn't touch this eye patch, because they wear it when they don't have an eye.
Maybe they had like an infection and they couldn't have light on their eye or something. I'm just saying, you really shouldn't have that on your face. That's.
But I like it.
I mean,
I won't wear it on my eye if it makes you feel any better. And he just sort of, it's like now on his forehead off to the side.
So how's the party feeling? High risk, high reward? Should we check out the other rooms, or do you want to move on?
Oh, Bob would check out the other rooms.
Which ones? There's another one on
Talia
this
would
other room.
not check out the other rooms, but she will allow Bob to do so.
We don't know. It might be something to help Suri in there.
There also might be like more things to eat us or dismembered body parts.
beaky snakes. But then again, how much money did you grab?
So I got like 5 gold pieces and like 30 silvers or something out of it.
Wait,
Yeah.
for real?
You would have picked up nearly the same amount, Sophie.
Oh, so it's like a double.
Mm-hmm.
She just has this look of just amazement.
Okay.
And Talia just like gestures to Bob like, go ahead if you want to.
Hey, Bob, wait for me. Hold up. I'm coming.
Bob will just go into the next closest room.
So that's the room on the left, closest to you. And Sophie, do you stick together?
Sophie she's feeling a little bit like a loot goblin right now. She'll follow.
There's another chest in this room.
And Bob will go straight over to it and open it.
Peek over Bob's shoulder.
There is a folded piece of black cloth in there. Looks like silk.
Now
What
this
is
is
that?
either going to contain something horrific or it's going to match my eye patch. And he just sort of, again with his
Or
right
both.
sort of, like tries to unfold it.
As you unfold it, you can see 3 small gems in there. They're green, so they could be emeralds or something cheaper. If
Oh,
any
these
of you can appraise it, you might be able to figure out how much they are worth.
These are pretty. Look how shiny they are, Sophie.
Would I be able to tell? Like, what kind of check would you like for like an appraisal?
Justify it to me. What have you got that's relevant?
I mean, like, I feel like investigation would probably be the most accurate. Trying to figure out the cut and the color and the clarity of the gem. Figure out if it's
Yeah, I can see that. If you like, I could let you roll history using your dexterity. Because you've been a thief for a while, your fingers might remember how things feel.
okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So roll history, then add your perception, your dexterity bonus.
With the modifier, yeah. Okay. So that's gonna be a 14 total.
On a 14, these are Mossa Gates, nowhere near as expensive as emeralds, but worth 10 gold pieces each, at least.
How many are there?
And I'm not just doing an impression of your hand.
Oh, ow. Too soon.
Right here.
Alright.
Like Bob is picking these up and like holding them up. These are
Wait.
pretty. I like them.
I know. I've seen these before. Wait. If we ever came across one of these one time, Suri and I swindled this guy out of an emerald and we gave him this. These are still really good though. They're like 10 gold apiece.
Is that good?
I mean, for someone like us, maybe not for Talia.
I don't know. I just like it because it's pretty.
I guess if you want to do, like, you want to put it on like a necklace or something, but you could sell it and buy like a flute, like a really annoying flute or something cool.
And he's holding 3 in his hands, and he sort of takes 2 and then opens Sophie's hand and puts it in there and closes her hand over. Goes, I just want to keep one to look at. And he sort of pockets it.
Just stupid childish grin. Just, sorry, it's gonna freak out. Put it in his pocket.
Bob is literally just in awe looking at this like shiny thing.
Ooh, shiny.
Is Bob so in awe that he stopped searching the rest of the rooms?
Probably actually, yeah, this is quite a shiny thing to him. He probably wouldn't actually look at anything else for a bit.
So
He might
Sophie,
later, but
if you want to check out the other 2 alcoves, it looks like you might be on your own.
Oh, she's gonna do it. She's seeing the cash. She's kind of
Loot Goblin, activate.
There's a switch in her brain and it flipped on, and she's still worried about her sister, but if she can get more things and then sell them, think of the nice things she could buy her sister to say sorry for taking so long to find you, you know? So she's gonna go find, she's gonna go to the next room.
Left or right?
Left.
Okay, there's another very similar room to the others with a chest sitting at its base of the bed.
Is it locked?
Not locked.
She's gonna peek into it first.
Inside, there's a lot of space. There's not a lot in this one.
Okay.
The more you peek, though, eventually you can see a small hairbrush.
Does it look dirty? Like, does it look like a gross used hairbrush?
No, it looks like it's never been used. It shines.
Okay, she'll pull it out and look at it.
Ivory and silver. Silver bristles and an ivory set handle.
Oh, wow. Okay. Does it have any, like, symbols on it or anything like that?
No.
Okay. She holds it in her hand, kind of looks back in the chest and like around the room, and then just okay. Got a brush. Doesn't know if they're listening at all. Still, she just kind of yells that out, and she'll stand back up and she's still just holding the brush, just kind of like examining it as she like walks out of the room with this hairbrush. And just like absentmindedly like walk into the other room.
Okay. This room has a very similar setup with a chest sitting at the base of the bed.
She's not even gonna peek into this one because the last one was just a hairbrush. So she's like, okay, and throw it open.
Is a large leather script in here. It looks like it's containing something.
Can she like? She's gonna like use the hairbrush to like open it.
It looks to be a sword.
Ooh. Bob! She yells over her shoulder.
Bob will immediately be like distracted from the jaw, and he's like, "What?" Like as he thinks, "Oh my god, I've let them wander off."
And Talia's gonna run over, thinking that something terrible has popped out of the woods.
These two. Sophie's just here going, "Hey!" And they're like, "Yeah!" So she just yells Bob's name.
He's like, I'm coming, and he sort of like runs over.
She's standing there with a hairbrush. Points
It's
at
a
the
hairbrush. I don't understand.
Oh, not this. No, look, there's a sword.
what? And he sort of goes and looks in.
Any
And
of
he
you are...
reach-
Go on.
He reaches in and picks it up straight away.
The handle is very ornate. It looks like worked silver, creating a sort of twisted effect. And that silvering almost goes all the way down the blade.
Yes.
Okay, now this is pretty. Look at it. And he's like moving it about a bit like he did the previous one, the broken one.
You may add a silvered short sword to your inventory.
Ooh. Do I just put standard short sword in? Is it that sort of thing? I mean,
I'm not sure if silvered sword is in there. Essentially, all it really does is give you that against the people who are weak against that.
yes,
How many
okay.
things have I given to Bob on accident today?
Quite a few, I think.
Anyways,
You got some loot.
You got a hairbrush.
I got a brush.
And you can sell it and buy a sword.
Well, Sophie's appraising eyes. I'll give this to you because you've already given it to Bob. That sword's worth over 100 gold.
Oh, I
Like,
like
keep
this.
that information to herself.
Papa does not care on the value.
Well, all the rooms have been searched. There was nothing spoopy in here. Everything's fine. See, I couldn't find the monster in here either.
And this is all? There's no other rooms?
No other rooms. There's another set of stairs that lead up near this last room, but that's it.
Have you been up there?
There's another, like, table place and some more, like, sleeping places.
What about the well? How long has this been here?
I don't know. Long time, I guess.
Can I look down the well again and just see if there's anything interesting about it in particular?
The water is still.
Hey, be careful. I kind of hit a thing in there earlier. It was being gross, so I smacked it.
Fair enough.
What do you... Hey, kid, what are those things in there, in the well? The gross, like, worm...
You found the
snake-
monster?
Is that it?
I don't know. Maybe we should go down there and try and get it.
No, don't. Did your parents never teach you to not go into wells?
But if we get rid of the monster, then everyone will be okay. Siri's gonna try and let go of your hand, Talia.
And Talia's gonna fight back and try not to let him.
Why are you holding on to me?
Well, we already killed one of those monsters. I don't think that's the monster.
You mean there's more than one of them?
Yeah. I think we were looking for, if those were the monsters we were trying to kill, something probably would have happened when we killed the first one.
Oh.
She's got a point.
Well, where should we go next?
Let's go back upstairs, and there was that big room
With the table.
with the pillars across from the stairs down. That seems
Oh, that's where
big
you
and
are. Sorry,
monstery.
that's where you are, though.
Oh, that's where we are now.
That's where Bob led you down to.
Mm.
And then we go the other way, the only way we've not been yet.
I feel like we've been everywhere, though.
There's one more place, I think.
There's lots
No,
of places
there's
we
lots and
haven't
lots
been.
of rooms. So down here, there was. My sense of direction is not good enough for this. So down here, there wasn't really anywhere else to go. It was just kind of like these alcoves in this big room, right? And so we'd have to go back upstairs to.
Well, yeah, there's no way down from here.
Yeah.
And then we go back up.
So going back up, you can see the tunnel leads right, or you can carry on up the stairs going forward.
Have we been right yet?
No.
Okay.
You walk straight past it.
Bob will go down there then.
As you walk down this thin corridor, the chanting begins to get louder.
Well, that's not good.
Well, I think good is relative.
It is here.
Nothing here has been good. At all.
Nothing's been good since we left home. But that's okay. The chanting just means we're getting closer to what we're looking for.
You are highly optimistic for someone who's been possessed like 400 times in the last 2 hours.
Apparently, we balance each other out.
I felt her. I was able to heal you because I felt her.
Oh, I wasn't talking about your weird god thing that you do, you know.
But that's why that's why I'm so optimistic. Because I know that she's there for us.
You know where we are, right? You're not feeling ill or anything.
No. It's just you can't imagine. Earlier was tough because she hasn't been here.
Right.
I mean, she's the reason I could heal you both. That has to count for something.
Oh, it's appreciated. I just don't get it.
Yeah, like
That's okay.
really nice of her. She kind of like leans over to Bob. Honestly, I don't really believe in any of that, but if it makes Talia feel better, sure.
I think it's like a placebo effect.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it works for her. As long as I can keep her alive, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And Talia is used to the whispering, especially with Bob around, so she just ignores them and keeps walking forward.
So Talia, you walk first into this dusty corridor. Thin layer of dirt covers the ground. You may proceed downwards.
And she does. Can she check in the dirt first to see is it like everywhere that there's dirt, or is it like there's footsteps in the dirt?
Make me a perception check. It's all sort of scuffed. It's not that there's not footprints, it's just maybe well traveled.
Okay. I keep forgetting my nat 20s. Okay, so she just continues down the corridor.
Unfortunately, the DC perception check was a 15 to find this spike pit. As the floor gives way beneath you, you fall 10 feet onto sharpened wooden stakes.
Oh my god. And I didn't heal myself, I healed you instead.
Please take 1d6 bludgeoning damage from the fall. I'll let you roll it yourself. Oh. Are you still up?
Barely.
Take 2d10 damage from the spikes.
Oh, hold on. Why is the dice thing not popping up?
Oh.
And she is down hard.
No.
Talia just disappears. There's not even a scream. She just disappears.
Bob.
Oh my god.
Yells. He's Talia, like, as he shouts and runs.
Were you still holding Siri's hand?
Yes.
She goes with you.
No!
She takes the same damage.
Instinctually, Sophie would just, sorry! And run with Bob over there.
16 might max out her. It almost maxed out Talia's hit points, and I think I've got as many as.
I can't see Siri's character sheet.
Oh, we don't have it.
Mm-mm.
Bob will run over, but seeing the edge, will immediately put his hand out in front of Sophie to stop her from going.
Just like clotheslined.
Just hang on.
Oh my god. Oh.
That Have you got a light or anything? Have you got a light? He's just shouting Talia's name down there.
Fortunately, Sophie took the lantern from Talia earlier, so the light is still lit.
She's gonna hold it over. Just
You can see Talia and Suri spiked by wooden spikes at the bottom of this pit.
I literally just cover slowly Sophie's eyes. Just look, turn around now.
They're gonna die. We gotta get them out of there.
Around. Now. I'm going to get a rope. You're going to find it. And he's like talking to her, so and then I need you to keep hold of it. I'm going to go down and get them. Okay?
Okay.
Find something to tie it to. If I fall, I don't want to drag you in with me.
Is there anything to tie it to, though, in this room?
Is there a pillar? One of the oh no, it's the other room.
No, but the average rope is about 50 feet long, so you potentially could run it all the way down to one of them pillars in the big room and run it the whole length.
She'll do that then. With the rope.
There's literally just enough to get to the edge of this pit. So you can get down.
Get into it.
You can get down. It goes down, like, literally, it's that perfect amount. Like, the rope just drops to the bottom. Like,
Okay.
however much you use to
Okay.
tie is how much is left at the end, so.
All right. Yeah, she'll just panic and just run back up the stairs and go tie this rope around the pillar.
And Bob is slowly tying it round his waist as he gets it.
You good?
God, that he just shouts back. Like, you don't really understand it because it's just a noise, but he does shout back. And he starts basically abseiling / spider monkeying his way down this pit.
Well, if Sophie was to take the counterweight from you and ease you down, I think we could do this without a check. You can get to the bottom of the pit. However, the time this takes does require a death saving throw from Talia. And you know what, Sophie? You can roll Suri's.
Don't know. My dice are bad. Oh God. Okay. It's a 7.
You're killing your sister.
No.
Talia, you're not springing awake or anything, but you're not doing any worse, you know?
As Bob reaches the bottom, he sort of angles himself around these sort of spikes. And he's visibly, it's like he's upset, but he's also in the moment. He's got to really focus. And he sort of heaves Talia up onto his shoulder. And the last bit of the rope, he effectively fixes her around his arm and does something very similar to Suri. If not whether it's round his waist or under his arm, and then he's just gonna start trying to climb back up again, like he's gonna get his claws out and try and pincer her up.
I need something for this. I need some sort of check to see if you can carry them both.
Whatever check it is, I'm using an @20.
I'm gonna make it a common sense check. You have to carry one at a time or you're gonna drop them.
Okay. And he does.
Then you can do it easily.
Yeah.
And yes, that's not a check in D&D 5e, but to hell with it.
I mean, like, I'd be down for that. It's a good old common sense check.
So you can get... Which one do you take first?
He'd probably take Talia first.
Okay, so Talia, you lay Talia on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Sophie,
And
you can see
literally
Talia
see-
laying there.
And Sophie will just see like Bob's head pop up briefly with the pausing before he disappears back down again.
She'll run over to Talia and just kind of like try to pull her like a little bit more away from the pit and just kind of like hold her up a little bit while she looks and waits for Bob.
And Bob slowly comes back up and he's got Suri like almost like draped around his neck, like very shoulders, as he sort of like gently lifts her, lays her next to Talia
Now,
and climbs out the pit.
would you guys like to help your teammates? And to be very clear, these may be house rules, I'm not sure, so listen in. If you use medicine checks without having any like feats as a healer or healing background that makes it relevant, then the following rules apply. Less than a 10 will give them 1 death saving throw. Less than a 5 will give them 2. More than a 10 will give them 1 saving throw, and more than a 15 will give them 2. Anything higher than a 20 will bring them straight up to their feet. You all have nat 20s.
Yo, let's just use those.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Thank you. I did not want to explain to Madam that we killed her character while she was gone.
Yeah, I will use a nat 20
Yeah.
to bring my sister back to life.
And Bob is really sort of panicking a little bit around Talia. Like, he's not saying anything. He's just, it's like he's really concentrating and him using that 20.
Awesome. So, Talia, you were revived with no wounds, miraculously. Maybe you put Siri in front, so they took most of the damage. But Sophie, what injury are you going to describe to Alex next week about Siri that she received from that death saving throw failure?
Oh god, so she like went right into those spikes. Oh my god. Oh, she's gonna have a gnarly hole straight through one of her ears now. Where a spike went through. Oh, just a good old, because like halflings kind of have a little bit bigger of ears, so she's just got a big old
Oh yeah, not in like the dead bit at the bottom either. We're talking right at
No,
the top.
like,
Yeah, like
right in
all
the
the way.
cartilage and all the
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
right through the middle. Takes probably some
Yeah,
of the
right
skull
through
with
the
it as
middle.
well. Beautiful.
yeah. That's what she's got.
So when I bounce back, what kind of hit points do I have?
1.
Mm.
That's what I thought.
Are you okay?
No.
Oh my, you gotta okay. When we get out of here, I'm teaching you to look for traps because that was a big hole.
Look where you are going, Talia.
I. Is this really the time to try and teach me anything?
Yes,
I'm
because
saying
I'm pretty
later.
sure you'll do it again if I don't.
Okay, never mind what Bob said. Yes. Now it's the
Well, I mean,
And I think
you guys haven't seen anyone, but you've been wandering around this house for hours. You could go and take a rest.
yes, please.
Let's just
We'll go
I
find.
can't- I can't keep going. I can't keep going like this.
let's go pull her back up into the big room. Just sit.
I'll keep watching you lot can sleep. And Bob will pick up Talia. And if Sophie lets her, he'll pick up Shuri as well.
Yeah. She will.
And Talia doesn't have the strength right now to fight.
Mhm.
She just rolls with it.
So Bob is carrying 2 people, arms full, and a silvered sword. And Sophie is carrying a light. And you all head back towards the large chamber with the well and the many rooms. Which room do you decide to sleep in? None of them have doors.
Where the brush came from, that seemed like the least terrifying.
Do they all have
Fresh.
beds in?
Yeah, they all have beds.
I'd say they all have beds,
Yeah.
yeah. She'll go and he will go in there and just lay them both on the bed.
It's only a single bed.
Actually, he doesn't care. He will pile them on that bed. In his head is, you put them on the bed, they will sleep.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Fawn's checked out as well.
Cool.
And Talia, I think, kind of immediately passes out.
So Bob and Sophie probably have a few minutes before Sophie needs to sleep.
You could use some rest too.
What about you?
I'm fine. I'll keep watch. You know, make sure none of those, and he just gestures the pecking motion like this. Make sure none of them come up.
Okay.
And he pulls out his heavy crossbow and just sits himself by the alcove.
Okay. Sophie will kind of make her way over to the towards the bed, and she'll just kind of whatever side like Sophie's body. I'm doing that so much tonight. Suri's body is closest to. She'll sit down on the ground and just kind of like lean her head on the side of the bed closest to Suri and just fall asleep.
Okay, yeah. Sleep descends. Bob, what's your passive perception?
12.
During the night, at one point, the chanting stops. It sort of fades. Very quickly, apparently.
And he'll sort of just, as he already is, but with more caution, just cast his eyes around the room and look back to check on the others.
Would you like to make me a perception check?
Mm-hmm. 11.
Nothing seems to stir in this room.
Any sort of
Long shadows, day long. The lantern light seems to get dimmer and brighter. Maybe for the first time you wonder how much fuel is in that lantern. You haven't found any more in your journey around the house yet. But the shadows from the pillars and the well stretch long into the walls and corridors around you. There's hardly any breeze.
he just readjusts himself to get a bit more comfortable, double checks his heavy crossbow is ready for firing, and waits.
And wait you shall. Make me a constitution save.
11.
On an 11, you'll take 1 level of exhaustion as we get round and everyone begins to wake up. But that is where we will wrap up for tonight's session. How are we feeling, you guys?
Bob is suspicious.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm digging this mutilation though. Everybody is weird looking now. Yeah.
Well, you know, you've made it so far. Next week is the day before Halloween. Anyone got any theories of what's going on in this house? What was
I
your
don't want to tell you in case you use it against me.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm playing verbatim.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, literally, it's all in the book. If it's not in the book, I might give them a small, like, mole voice that goes, not in the book, not in the book. Or something like that. Which only people of a certain age might get, actually. That's strange to think. Yeah, so guys, let's go around. What was your favourite part? Theories, if you've got any. Where can we find you online? And all those other good things. We'll start in reverse order this time, so we'll start with A. Kelly Lane. Hi, Kelly.
Hi. So I'm A. Kelly Lane on Twitter. You can find me like here. I do this. On Sunday, you can find me on the Other Docs channel doing the second part of our Rosette Diceless game, which is like really wild to me. Like it's been really interesting to learn a diceless system. And we're playing academics, which like really fits into like my actual life, which is really fun. So you should tune into that 4 p.m. EST, I think. Today, I have no theories. I'm just trying to keep track of everything that's happening. Creepy people. I have no theories. I need to like mull after today, I think. I need some process time. I was really panicked there for a sec that I might already be making a new character for this. That was worrisome, since I'm the only one that has healing I should stop going in front.
Yeah, I mean, I was
But I
sitting
don't-
there looking at the spiked pit trap thinking, who's going to go first? Who's going to go first? I wonder if Talia will go first and take Siri with her. And you did it! It was amazing!
My favorite part, reflecting on it, was the moment I said, "Dang it! I keep forgetting to use my nat 20s," and then almost died. That was convenient. The irony in there was just really wonderful. Yeah, favorite parts. I don't know. This episode was creepy. The eyeball was cool. That was a fun little surprise. I think I like watching how Sophie is handling her sister being missing, and how when her loot goblin instincts take over, and just watching Rachel try and navigate those feelings is pretty cool, pretty excellent role play that I'm getting to watch.
Fantastic, thank you so much. A. Kelly Lane, coming to us from the mists of Barovia, as every week, as her background is the same color as the mists. Next around, we have the wonderful Rachie. Oh, baby 190. Oh, hi.
Hello, sir. Yeah, like Scrat said, my name is OBaby190 or Rachel, and I played Sophie. You can find me on the internet doing variety stuff, drawing D&D characters, playing D&D in multiple places, and just hopefully not being a loot goblin in person. Thankfully, I would be out of there. Like, I would not be opening any of those chests. But I think my favorite part from tonight was either again cinematically. I think it was really cool to kind of picture and try to put myself into the shoes of Talia when she was able to find her goddess again in that split second moment after being just like in the dark for so long. So I think that's really cool, and I'm really worried for Talia. I'm really worried for her like emotional state, because she must be going through so much shit right now.
There's a lot of feelings.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course, like there had to be another Bob and Sophie moment that I really liked. I like how they kind of just like they both had moments where, again, like Child would just show up, and I feel like they just both looked at each other like, kids, these damn kids. And then I really like that Bob gave Sophie the other gem. So just, here you go, kid, buy yourself something nice. It was it was great. But again, I've creeped out. I have my own theories, but I'm not telling you, even though you read them from the book. I don't trust DMs. I just don't.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
But thank you for the game.
You're very welcome. Last but most certainly not least, we have my beautiful wife and headmistress of the academy, Alice.
Hello. Yeah, I love this episode. Creepy as ever, as usual, which I love. Favorite bits wise, quite similar to Rachel. Actually, it was Talia sort of breaking through to her god, basically, and also because I think that's quite a crucial part, especially because she's in Barovia. Like, she's really fighting to get through to her god. And then the moments between Sophie and Bob Bob just thinks the jewels are pretty. He doesn't understand the concept of money fully. So he's like, well, this person really likes that, so I'd rather them have it. He doesn't get the process of it all. And when in his logical mind, if he picks up Sophie like a baby, she can watch his back, basically. So that was his logic. I am White Rabbit Pick on Twitter. I am a DM 3 times a week on this channel. I run Argo 37, I run Eberron, and I run our cipher system Eden on a Wednesday tomorrow night. Yep. And when I'm not doing that, I am either in games, and I am also a wedding and lifestyle photographer. So yeah, that's me. I really enjoyed it. I'm already looking forward to next week.
Awesome. My favourite part, it's got to be the deaths. It's got to be the
Always is.
deaths. Like, you
Always
guys look so, I don't know, scared when you're about to die. Great. Is that a stereotypical DM thing to do? Maybe. Who knows? Not that I love killing characters, but I also, you know, I don't like to shy away from it. I like to, you know, let you guys know that death is definitely an option. Death is on the
I
cards.
appreciate that I know that it's on the table.
Yeah.
Like, it makes it, you have to think harder about what you're doing.
I love Alison and Rachel just staying very quiet at that, like, yeah. Anyway, these are my links. Guys, check out our Discord. It's an inclusive, safe place to come and learn to play D&D or other TTRPGs. Come and check it out. It's great. You don't have to talk about TTRPGs. You can talk about anything you like. Check out our Twitter as well. Send me a DM and I'll try and get you into a game. As this season-wise, I have maybe a few games before Christmas hits. But I'll be looking for players for Christmas and the next season very soon. As soon as I have nailed down all of my DMs and sorted out what our schedule is actually going to be. Also, check out our Patreon. You can find some free articles on there, if I can spell it, about TTRPGs. And if you are a Patreon and you've not already clicked on that second link and enabled the notifications, do so, because it will give you a reminder, much like Twitch subs, so you can we can keep track of your Patreon rewards. Also, we have merch.
Also, if you're a patron, you can get a spooky Scrat ringtone for Halloween, which is actually my ringtone right now. It's been really wonderful.
I might make another one of them as well soon. I feel like it's about time. What else we got? What else have we got? We've got sponsors. Bird and the Storm Publishing is one. That's without an exclamation mark. This right shift thing is really messing with my mind. Bird and the Storm Publishing, check them out. They're one of our wonderful sponsors. Their merch is lovely. Alice was just holding up one of their mugs. They're great. It's a bucket more than a mug, but there you go. And we also have Mage Hand Press. Alice mentioned Argo 37. That is run in their 5e D&D reskin set in space. You can find their free 30-page review and pre-order material in those links there. We don't have a competition at the moment because we have a winner. Arcanist 81 won our last set of dice. We'll be giving away some more shortly. That is about everything I've got. We need a raid war cry. That's what we need. Who wants to help us out with a raid war cry? Players, chat, what we got?
Crap. Okay, this has got to be a good one.
I had one and it's gone. I had one from the very
man.
beginning.
Check for spikes.
Check for spikes.
Remember, you have nat 20s.
Remember, you have nat 20s. Check for spikes.
For the kids, says Tavern Tales podcast.
No, not for the kids.
I think one of them was literally just Sophie going, I don't think that's a good thing to send off to other people about punching a kid in the throat, but
Yeah, no. By the way, I like kids. I was a nanny for like 5 years.
yeah.
Sophie doesn't like dead, haunted children, that's all.
Uh-huh. Wasn't it like Never Trust Kids or something like that? Was that the first one?
I like that. Never trust kids.
Never Trust Kids. So there it is. That is our raid war cry for today. Kids or children? What do we think? Kids.
Children's
Kids.
creepier, but kids is shorter and snappier.
Yeah,
Never Trust Kids.
trust kids.
So there it is without Scrat hype. There it is with some Scrat hype. Yeah, so we're gonna go across. It looks like Arvin Erderon is alive at the minute. We're gonna go pop in there. Amongst the players, Arvin himself is there, but also we have Maggie in there who plays in our Mouse Hunt games on Mondays at this same time slot, so 10 PM to 1 AM EST. You have to excuse me as well while I try and figure out how to spell people's names, because at least my keyboard's working now. There we go, so it's working. So we're going to run in with Never Trust Kids, spam it in their chat for us, and yeah, let's go from there. You guys, thank you very much for coming along. Remember, we are live Monday to Thursday, 1 PM, 6 PM, and 10 PM EST. Fridays, 1 PM over on the Greyhawk channel, and every other Friday here at 8 PM. Not this week, next week. So thank you very much. We'll see you in Arvin's chat, and we'll see you later. Keep on evoking emotions. Bye!